Good morning. I trust you had a restful night, although you don't seem very well rested. You've got a little bit of a temperature, and your cheeks are a little bit flushed. Now, I'm going to guess that you've been up all night reading again, and possibly chatting and gossiping to your neighbours. I see. Well, you know the rules. No chatting, no deep breath, no reading until the early hours of the morning. Lead the life of a log, yes. And what do logs do? That's right. They lay around all day doing, yes, nothing. Which is precisely what we want you to do. Rest is the number one thing for your recovery. And there's no good chatting away all night long, because you will be here longer. So it's entirely for your own good. Jolly good. I hate telling you off because you are my favourite patient. So I suppose I'll let this one go. Okay. Well, I see it's almost 1:30. It's time to get you ready for the day. Let me fetch some water, and we'll give you a nice, refreshing wash. Jolly good. I won't be 2 minutes. Here we are now. Let me get comfortable. Are you quite comfortable? Yes. These chairs can be jolly rough on the old bottom. Yes. I don't know how the visitors stand it. I mean, we sit here for much shorter time than they do. Ah, I see. Oh, that was your brother who came to visit you. Oh, me and the sisters wondered who that might be. The family resemblance is quite striking. Oh, I see lots of people say that. Yes, we wondered if it was a brother, or maybe a younger uncle, or maybe a cousin, but your brother, well, he is rather dashing. Oh, I apologise. Oh, Well, that's wonderful news. Oh, well, that's something to look forward to then, isn't it? Well, you might be out of here and well rested enough to even go to the christening, maybe. When is your brother's wife due? Oh, you have plenty of time then. Well, let's make it our mission to get you well enough to see the little babe when it's born, yes? Wonderful. All right. So, let's roll my sleeves up here. So apart from chatting to your neighbours, did you sleep okay? Oh, I see. Have you been coughing in the night? Oh, well, that's good to hear. Definitely tell the doctor about that. He'll definitely want to know. That's the second night on the row that you haven't coughed in the night, right? I see. Well, that's jolly good. Definitely a good sign. Well, I am not sure really. That would be a question for the doctor. But from my knowledge on the ward, if you haven't coughed or coughed up blood for a good, I would say, few weeks, then that's a really good sign that your lungs are healing. But it's very difficult to say because everyone is different. I've known people here who haven't coughed for a month, maybe 2. And the good doctor was just about to sign them off and they relapsed. So I would remain positive, but I wouldn't get your hopes up too much. Always err on the side of caution. My motto in life is to aim for disappointment and one won't be disappointed, and anything else is a bonus. Oh, I know it's jolly morbid, and my sisters do tease me for such a pessimistic outlook in life, but it's always got me where I wanted to be. I find the folks who set their expectations too high are always disappointed in one way or another. So I find that I'm much more happier this way. Yes. Now, I have a surprise for you. I've managed to get you a brand new bar of soap. I know, it's a rarity in this place. Well, like I was saying to my sisters on the ward, not my biological sisters, like I was saying to my sisters, and especially Sister Lawrence, what's to say that the sharing of soap does not transfer germs and other such peculiarities from one patient to another? They told me I was ridiculous and that no such thing is possible. But whilst I am on duty, each patient will have their own bar of soap, their own bowl, their own spoon, and that way we know that cross-contamination, as I like to call it, is not making our patients any sicker. And so this is yours, and I will keep it on your stand, on your bedside table there, and you just watch that Sister Lawrence doesn't happen to take it. I know she has quite light fingers, so I wouldn't want it to go walkabouts. Do you catch my understanding? So your mission is to keep an eye on this bar of soap whilst leading the life of a log. Does a wonderful laugh. So let's get your face nice and clean. Yes, that's nice. Close your eyes, dear. There's no need to worry yourself. Today will be a fabulous day. You will feel well rested, and you will feel so healthy, and you will feel like your old self again. You will feel like you have no illness at all, and you will marvel at the wonders that await you in the glorious countryside that's right outside your window. Good. I'm just going to rub, 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 all on your forehead, your temples, your cheeks, your chin, and your ears. Yes, it does smell nice, doesn't it? Which is quite surprising for this place. Normally the soap smells like tar and other questionable things. But this particular soap smells like freshly cut flowers. I don't know what we've done to deserve such a luxury. So let's rinse that off from your forehead, just wiping all of the soap. Good. Are you comfortable? That's good. We're not too hot or cold. Oh, good. Sister Margaret, yes, would you mind popping open that window, please? Yes, it's a tad stuffy in here. Ah, thank you very much. There. Sister Margaret has just popped that window open. Oh, can you feel that breeze? fine day outside. The birds are chirping away, and there is such glorious sunshine, quite uncharacteristic for this time of the year, but very welcomed after such dreadful winter. It's good to see the sun again. And are you up for a little stroll later on? Well, not stroll on your feet, but on your wheeled chair, of course. Well, that's jolly good to hear. I do think we have some entertainment coming by this afternoon. Yes. Well, I believe it is a lady and a man. I think the lady sings and plays on the piano, and the man plays the fiddle. Oh yes, I've heard that they're jolly good. So that'll be a treat for this afternoon and something to quite look forward to. And I heard that you have some family coming to visit you next week. Oh, your aunt. Oh, jolly good. Oh, I see. Well, lucky you. Perhaps you could write to her and tell her to bake another one. Yes, we are quite partial to Victoria's sponge cake in here. No, Sister Margaret, I didn't say Victoria sponge. You'll get her hopes up. Yes, Sister Margaret does love some Victoria sponge cake. I'll tell you a little secret. Last Christmas, one of the other sisters who has left now, and you never met her, but she baked a Victoria sponge cake for Christmas for us sisters. Now, Sister Margaret went into the kitchen and helped herself to the lot. Yes. Oh no, I'm not lying, but don't tell her I told you. But she ate it all, and we never got a single crumb. I know, it's dreadful. Well, the matron was so cross with her, and I believe that she had words with her. So, I think Victoria's sponge cake and Sister Margaret is a little bit of a sticky subject, so I wouldn't go mentioning it if I were you. And when your aunt does come in with the cake, I would keep that well hidden. Maybe we can find somewhere for you to hide it. It's not safe in the kitchen. I know. Oh, I know. Now, I don't have a sweet tooth normally, but I am very partial to cakes. Yeah, we're almost done now. I want to make sure that you are nice and clean, ready to go out into the fresh air. Now, I think you are done. Oh, you look like a newborn baby. Does that feel okay? Now, what about your hands? Yes, I think they do need a little bit of a wash. Alright, just hold out your hands and I'll give them a little clean. hand? This one. Good. What was that, dear? How did I become a nurse? Oh, well, that's a long and boring story that you don't want to hear. Well, I was one of 5 girls in my family, and my parents were quite poor, you see. And when I was about 10 years old, my youngest sister died of tuberculosis. Consumption, yes. Like where we're at now. Alright, that's one hand. This one. And I loved my sister so. She was such a little poppet. With strawberry blonde hair and bright blue eyes. She had the most charming little giggle. But she got the consumption when she was only 5 years old. Yes, dreadful business. But back in those days, there was nothing that anyone could do, and like I say, my family were too poor to afford the medicine that she needed and the rest that she needed. So, when I was much older, I made it my mission to help little girls like my little sister. Yes. And I dedicated my life to it. Just pass me your hand. So that's why I trained to become a nurse. And soon as I was able, I got a job here. Yes. And yes, we do care for younger children here, not just adults. And sometimes I see my little sister's face in those children, and it does pain me so. But I remind myself why I'm here. I guess it's making amends, trying to put right what has happened. I don't know. I know you cannot change the past, but you're in charge of your future, right? Oh, anyway, I haven't even given you your breakfast yet, so not such conversations to have on an empty stomach. Which reminds me, let me put this to one side. Now, breakfast. We do have a little bit of an issue with breakfast, unfortunately. Well, yes, the cook has taken ill, I'm afraid. Oh, nothing serious. I think a little bit of the head cold. So he won't be in today, which leaves us sisters in charge of feeding everyone. Now, we have the porters helping too, so we're a little bit rushed off our feet. So I'm afraid that it won't be the normal eggs, bacon, and fried bread. No, I'm afraid that we've got porridge and a bread roll, but I've managed to sneak in some raspberry jam. I know it is quite out of season, but I know somebody who knows somebody who has managed to get me a couple of jars. Of course, I've kept one for myself at home, I thought you might care for some. Oh, I know, raspberry jam is just simply scrumptious, isn't it? Yes, and you can put it on your roll, and you can put it in your porridge. How marvellous! But you know what comes before breakfast. That's right, medicine. Now I know this is the most awful part, but you know it does you the world of good, and without it you won't get any better. So let's get on with it, shall we? Yes. So let me sort this towel out. Your face is dried quite nicely, but let me just tap on the excess water off there. And your hands, let me have a look. Oh, that's jolly good. Alright. Yes, keep an eye on that bar of soap. Alright, so it's time for medicine. Which would you like to do first? Cod liver oil or hemlock? I agree. Cod liver oil, get it out the way. Okay. Oh, it looks like you're running out. Oh, I'll have to make an order at the apothecary. I think this might be your last bottle, and I'm not too sure if we have any more in the store cupboard. Sister Margaret? Yes. Do we have any more cod liver oil in the store cupboard? I see. Oh, would you mind awfully if you put a requisite into the apothecary? Oh, well, that's jolly wonderful. Yes, Sister Lawrence has already done it. Well, she's a step ahead of me. Yes, thank you, Sister Margaret. Oh, well, that's fine, then I don't have to do that. Alright, here we are. So, let's pour some in here. Alright, jolly good. Now, open up wide. Yes, you may hold your nose, although I don't think it makes any difference. And there you go. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I know, it's such awful bitter stuff, isn't it? But did you know that I take this myself at home? I know. It does the joints wonders, and since I've been using it, I felt that my energy levels, yes, have been quite more elevated. I find at the end of each day I'm not quite so tired. I don't suppose that's true for you. No. Well, the good doctor insists on you taking it, so we must give it to you. Now, hemlock. How much of this do you have? Alright, that's jolly good. So, like always, could you cup your hands over your mouth? That's right. And I will just open this stopper. And breathe deeply. Good. In and out. Good. Breathe in and out. Good. breathe in and out. Good. Alright, now little tiny shallow breaths like this. That's it. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Good. Yes. Just keep breathing normally. Breathe in and out, in and out. Wonderful. Doesn't that feel a whole lot better? Wonderful. Now, I will go and fetch your breakfast. Yes, and I think what we'll do today is we'll go outside after breakfast and we'll have a little walk, or I'll wheel you around the lake. I notice that Mr. and Mrs. Swan's babies are getting big. Yes, their feathers are still slightly grey, but there's lots more white coming through. And they must be getting big because Mum and Dad keep shooing them away, which is a clear sign that they're big enough to fend for themselves. So we'll go on a little stroll. Then in the afternoon, before the entertainment arrives, maybe we can take a trip to the library. I see that you have quite the appetite for books, and it will be good to replenish your stack. Oh, talking of books, I've just finished the latest Charles Dickens book. Yes, oh, it was ever so wonderful. I enjoyed it ever so much. Do you like Charles Dickens? Oh, yes, well, who doesn't really? Well, yes, that's, oh, of course, yes, well, I will bring it in, not tomorrow, but the day after. I'm not in tomorrow, so I'll bring it in the day after. How does that sound? Oh, yes, you absolutely adore it, yes. Well, I do apologise, let me go and fetch your breakfast. I could sit here talking with you all day. Alright, let me fetch your breakfast. Alright, I have your breakfast waiting in the wings. But first, I need to clear away some of the things on your table so I can put it there for you. Alright. Jolly good. I'll go fetch your breakfast, yes. think you like it. Some lovely porridge, a bread roll, and some raspberry jam. Oh, well, I suppose we could do that. Let me just ask Sister Margaret. One moment. Sister Margaret? Yes. My lovely patient here wants to take their breakfast outside. Is that permitted? Well, yes, the doctor is due to arrive and speak with the patient in about half an hour, so I don't suppose it makes an awful lot of difference. Yes. Oh, wonderful. As long as you agree, that's good. Well, Sister Margaret seems to think that it would be perfectly fine to take your breakfast outside, yes, and the doctor can see you straight after. But if we're going outside, that means we have to wrap you up against the cold. It's sunny, yes, but there is a frightful chill on the wind, and I would hate for you to get sick, even sicker, by being so exposed to the elements. So let me fetch you your gloves and your scarf, and we'll prepare you to go outside. All right. Okay, I have all your bits and bobs. So, getting it scarf. This is a lovely, lovely scarf. So thick and warm. It looks hand knitted. Oh, your brother's wife made it for you. Well, isn't that marvellous? So let me drape it around your neck. Let's make sure you're all nice and tucked in. Yes. Does that feel okay? Right. And your hat. What's wrong with this? I think somebody may have sat on this. That's no good. It looks a bit flat. Anyhow, let's pop that on there. I see. There, wonderful. And lovely gloves. Left hand. Good. Right hand. Good. You don't seem warm enough. I know. Blanket must be one under your bed here. Yes. Ah, yes. Here it is. Again, was this from your sister-in-law? Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the detail in this. That's absolutely fine craftsmanship there. And such rich colours too. I love these blues. There's just fine, unlike anything I've ever seen. Well, let's wrap you up to make sure you're nice and comfortable on your legs. Let's double that up actually. It's a little bit too long. I wouldn't want it to get ruined dragging along the floor. There, that's better. Good. And your feet, make sure you're all nice and tucked in on your feet. There, I think you're ready to go out. Well, I'll go ahead and pop your breakfast items outside ready for you.